And finally, how does one tell this story? My mother passed away Saturday night. Our #1 story on the countdown, Marie Catherine Charbonnier Olbermann, 1929-2009. This remembrance is not going to be a medical story, though Lord knows Mom was the world's foremost authority on her own health. Nor is it going to consist of me telling you that she was the proverbial saint, although I can hear her saying now, go ahead, I'm not going to disagree with you. Who's going to disagree with you? It is not going to be a full biography. Suffice to say she was a gifted preschool teacher and a legendary authority on opera, and somewhere she is going to be genuinely disappointed that I did not get Placido Domingo to sing at the memorial service. I thought instead it would be best to focus on something for which she became and remained pretty famous, literally, until the day she died. My mother was one of the best-known baseball fans in this country. She attended games of the New York Yankees from 1934 through 2004, and she watched or listened to every one she didn't go to up until last month. My guess is she went to at least 1,500 of them, most of them in that seat right there where the Fox cameras captured her late in the season of 2000. As recently as the 13th of last month, Jerry Manuel, the manager of the New York Mets, came over to me on a field in Lakeland, Florida before an exhibition game and asked me how she was. He was the 5th or 6th active baseball figure to have done so this year alone. They have averaged at least 1 or 2 a month for nearly a decade now. Saturday afternoon, not 6 hours before Mom died, a New York Yankees executive made reference to that which had made Mom famous in the ballparks. And trust me, Mom loved being famous in the ballparks, even if it had to have been attained this way on June 17th, 2000.
And these are the problems that have become well documented over the last few days. Throwing it into the stands, and ironically enough, the ball hit Keith Olbermann's mother right between the eyes. She was all right. The glasses were broken.
4 days after her birthday, Mom had found herself in the middle of one of the great meltdowns in sports history, the sudden and growing inability of the ill-fortuned second baseman Chuck Knobloch of the Yankees to make any kind of throw, easy or hard, to first base. Chuck was in the middle of losing his beloved father at that time. And though I thought I got what that meant to him then, I didn't really understand it at all until this afternoon as I wrote this, and I struggled to find the right keys, let alone the right words. For 3 days in 2000, Mom was on one or both of the covers of the New York Post and the New York Daily News and New York Newsday. She was somewhere in every newspaper in America, and all this happened while I was the host of the baseball game of the week for Fox. Needless to say, I managed to get an interview with her for our pregame show the following Saturday. An exclusive interview, although don't think I didn't really have to work for it. Joining us now for her first interview since the Knobloch incident, my mom. Are you okay?
I'm pretty good, a little bruised, but okay.
Mom, you've been going to games since so long that you met Babe Ruth when you were a toddler. Have you ever been near a foul ball or a thrown ball before?
Not that close. No, not really. No.
And this was close enough?
Too close.
A lot of the pitchers are saying this year that the hitters are doing better because the ball is harder than it has been in the past. Would you agree that it's harder than it has been in the past?
Well, it's the hardest one I've ever been hit with.
You went back to Yankee Stadium the next day. Why?
To see the game.
All right. Do you have any worry about Chuck Knobloch, either as a Yankee fan or for your own safety?
Not really. I sympathize with him.
Why do you sympathize with him?
Because I'm a little awkward at times too.
Yeah, but you're not playing second base for the Yankees, are you?
Not yet.
Have you been surprised by all the newspaper attention?
A little bit, but I want to know why they keep mentioning you.
Okay. What matters most, obviously, Mom, is that you're all right. But I've got to ask you in closing. It's no secret that I collect memorabilia. Like I'm telling you something you don't know. You had to clean most of it up. But can I have the ball?
You can bid on it when I auction it off, just like everybody else.
$4 million, and Ryan, you're the winner. $4 million. Thank you, sir.
My mother, everybody. My great thanks to my old boss, David Hill at Fox Sports, for his kindness in letting us run that tonight. Anyway, for the rest of the year, anytime Fox broadcast a game from Yankee Stadium, Mom got on TV again. We even talked about her during the World Series broadcasts that fall, during which began this ritual that continues to this day. Players who were at the game, players who only heard about the game, players ask me about my mom. Since the day it happened, I've been told Chuck Knobloch has been mortified by it. Chuck, give yourself a break. You made her famous. She loved it. She could not have been happier if they had let her pinch hit for you. A full circle, that is. It was my mother who was the fan in our family. My dad likes the game enough, but the Yankees traded his favorite player away, and he's still mad at them. This happened late in 1948. So it was Mom who introduced me to the game, and in my teenage years when we went nearly every day, it was she who trundled me and my sister to the ballpark. It was on her TV that I came to love the sport, and by her side that I began to understand it, and sitting next to her that I began to understand that I was not going to be any damn good playing it, and if I wanted in, maybe I'd better try talking about it. Thus was born a career, the results of which you see now. At least half of the ham comes from her. She was an aspiring ballerina, and when I keep talking and talking and talking, for good or for ill, that's pretty much all her. What I don't have pictures of are the 1,000 hours she spent driving me to and from school so I could work on the newspaper or announce the hockey game. In retrospect, it's obvious she was, to adapt a phrase, a media mom. It was the proverbial sudden illness in the best of senses. She had no apparent symptoms until 2 weeks ago. She was not severely afflicted until 10 days ago. The treatment she received lessened her pain, and she never awakened, thus never had to hear, nor did any of us have to say, you have terminal cancer. I'm not going to end with a harangue about how you need to go see your doctor, because not feeling so bad does not mean you are not sick, though you should keep that in mind. But knowing those of you who watch this show and others I've done, I'm always overwhelmed by your support and how personally you take all this. So if you are so inclined, instead of flowers or cards or whatever, make a donation to the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation or St. Jude's Hospital. They do such important work there, too. Marie Olbermann is survived by her husband, my dad, my sister Jen and her husband and their 2 kids, Jacob and Eve, Mom's grandchildren, by her cousins Robert and Bill Schlumbaum and their families, by just about everybody in baseball, and by me. Good night, Mom, and good luck.